Greetings, Earthlings. Okay, so let's suppose I want to match the ratio of two resistors. For instance, I might have a case, who knows, where I want to make a voltage divider that divides by 10 with a let's say, I don't know, a 1K resistor on the low side and a 9K resistor on the high side. And then if I tap off at the junction, then it's 1 out of a total of 10. But as we know, resistors are not exact. So how do we do that? Well, I could just measure the resistors with an ohm meter and call it good enough. But if I really want to be precise, then I need to go to some more precise hardware. And this is probably the most precise thing I have, despite its age and everything else. This is what's known as a Kelvin-Varley divider, okay? Brand name is Decaviter from ESI. So what this is a precision divider. And if you don't know how a Kelvin-Varley divider works, I suggest you look it up because it's like magic. There's some magic involved. Basically, for each range, you just need 10 matched resistors, and you need to match. They're equal values, but they're matched, and that's what the null meter is really good at, and a bridge circuit. So what we're going to do here, I have some 9K resistors right here, and these are precision resistors. They are let's see, 9Ks, 0.1%, and also have a low temperature coefficient, 10 parts per million. Okay, now why do I start with those rather than, well, actually these are the 1Ks, right? These are the 9Ks, and what I did is I sorted them. I ordered them based on, I took ohm meter readings with them. Why did I start with those? Well, because for some reason, they only had, they didn't have these in the same, tape format or whatever you want to call it. They only came loose, and so they were about twice as much as the ones that are taped up. So only about 5 of these and 10 of these, and I also have 90Ks, and I have 10 of those because those are on tape as well. And so what we're going to try to do here is get as close as we can to a divide by 10 and a divide by 100, okay? We've got the null meter here. I've got the shorting bar on it right now, and so I can zero it out, and it's probably pretty close. Yeah, it's pretty close. We're probably not going to get exact anyway, but okay, so 10 microvolts full scale there. So take off the shorting bar, slide it over, out of the way. Okay. And what I have here, coming in here, is 1 volt. The actual voltage doesn't matter that much. It just determines how far the meter will swing. But the more voltage you put across the resistor, the more current flows through it, the more heat it generates. And so, self-heating will change the resistance. So I want that to be fairly low. So I'm starting with 1 volt, okay? I'm going to take these, and I'm going to take the one in the middle, just because that gives me an opportunity to move up or down. I'm hoping to get more than one match set out of this, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to have 1 volt coming in there, and then that connects to, whoops, Okay, I said that connects here, right? So normally you would see it like this, okay? Here's 1 volt coming in. Here's the junction. So this is the 9K, this is the 1K, and this is ground, okay? And this is set up so that the center tap, the junction between them, goes to one side of the null meter, and the output of the Kelvin-Varley divider goes to the other side of the meter, okay? We're shooting for a ratio of 0.1, so that would be that one. There'd be a decimal point there, but you see that can go up. Actually, this can go up to basically to 1-to-1, because this one goes to 10, okay? So you got 0.9999910, which makes 1.0. But we don't want 1.0, we want 0.1. So we're going to go to 0.1. And you can see that the meter hasn't moved. Gosh, what's wrong? Well, it's just, not on the right scale. Okay, so we're down to 100 microvolts, so it's a little over 10 microvolts. Let's see what this one does. Whoa, too much, way too much. Okay. We're getting close. And that's as close as we're going to get with the number of digits I have. So 0.100016, okay, which says that those two are matched. You can see, maybe you can see, I've put a little decimal point here. Those two are matched within 0.016%. This would be 100%, 10%, 1%, 0.1, 0.01, 0.001. Yeah, okay. That's pretty close. Is that good enough? I don't know. Maybe we can do better. Let me move to the next resistor. We'll just go through these, see how close we can get. And, you know, I know there'll probably be people who complain about my setup here and all the variables, but for my purposes, this is close enough. Okay, so this is resistor number 2. It's looking about the same. No, okay. Oh, this is worse. 4, 5. Somewhere in there. 0.055% match. Well, that's a poor match. Well, it's not really, but we're trying to get as close as we can. So let's move to the next one. All right. Ooh, oh, I like this one. Wait a minute. No, I call that one spot on. Okay, so there's my match. I don't need to test any others. I'm gonna take those two and call them a pair, because that is exactly 0.1. I mean, this is accurate. You know, like I said, it's probably the most accurate thing I have. To at least 0.001%, I would say. Well, you know, when it was new. Let's see, that was the third one. And then we'll find a 90K to go with those. But as long as we're doing the 9Ks, let's see. Let's see if we can find another good match. Okay, now this one was like 0.015 with that resistor. This resistor has a slightly higher resistance no, it's a lower resistance than that one. So let's see where it ends up. Ooh. Yeah, it's worse. Okay. So, you know what? I'm going to, rather than go through the, whoops, go through the 1Ks, I'm going to swap and go to the next higher value. Okay, and that would be this one. Shouldn't really, matter. Well, I don't know. I don't know the distribution of the two sets of resistors. But we know this one's going to should be closer to this one. So let's see if it is. Oh yeah, I think it is. Well, there's 0.1. Yeah, and that's probably as close as we're going to get. Yeah, okay. So those are matched to 0.01%. Okay, so when all is said and done with that, I got 3 pretty good matches within 0.001%, I would say. And one of them reads spot on with this, which is within 0.001%. So we can really say, assuming this is, within 0.001%, we're really like within 0.002%. Okay, so now we need the 90Ks. All right, for this test, I've just clipped the leads together there, and so these are the two ends of my resistor, of my 10K resistor. And so we're going to do the same thing that we did previously. That's the 1 volt coming in. This is our test point. And that's our 10K. Okay. We're a little over. It's around 0.2. 0.02. There's one more to try. Oh. Okay. Let's see. That was 0.013. This is going to be... I think I'm going to take it. Like about 0.002% match. Okay. That's the match. That's the match for that one. So there you go. I got 3 sets. This one is the best, 0.002, so that's the one I'm going to use first. Worst case was, I think, about 0.02% or something. Which is, I'd like it better, but that's would require a whole lot more resistors and a whole lot more testing. So this is good enough, I guess, for now. All right, so let's see how we did here. I've got the, this is the set that matched to 0.002%. I've got them lined up here on this breadboard, 90K, 9K, 1K. 10 volts in from here to ground. You can see up here on the Fluke 8500A, we're measuring 10 volts, and that's within 1 count. Okay. Let us move this one to here, I think. Oh, getting ahead of ourselves. Move it here. Okay. This is the divide by 10. Okay. So it's It's, let's see, 10K, 9K, 10K, and that's 90K, so 10 out of 100K. And it's within 2 counts. And now if we move it down here, this is divide by 100. Okay, 10K out of 100K. And it's off by 4 counts. Well, that's horrible. Now, the HP meter is 4.5 digits. This is 5.5. So if we were to take off a digit there, it would look pretty good. It would still, you know, be within 1 count. So I think that's going to work.